she wanted to be there to show that she was as important as Kate and that she was part of the family on the eve of her return to back to America. I mean, everything she did was completely motivated with one agenda, her own fame and importance. That's why she wanted to go to Balmoral.
Meghan Markle stepped into the royal family with what some claim was a bold hidden agenda to outshine Princess Catherine and eventually take her spot. That idea stayed under wraps for a while, but author Tom Bower brought it into the spotlight in his book, Betrayal. So what was the supposed game plan and how did it all unfold? Stick with this because the details get wild. According to Tom Bower, even before Harry and Meghan made the call to step away from royal duties, Meghan already had doubts about the whole setup. Reports suggest she never truly connected to royal life and saw it as intense pressure rather than privilege.
That's exactly why she left, because she never wanted really to stay. She wanted the label, she wanted the title, she wanted the money. She didn't get so much money, but she did get the status. And now she's set on building herself up in America.
From her perspective, stepping into that world looked more stressful than rewarding, and that feeling didn't just disappear overnight. But things allegedly shifted once she was fully inside the system. After watching Princess Catherine, how she moved, how she handled her role, and how she presented her family, Meghan started seeing her as direct competition. Not just another royal, but someone she had to measure up against, maybe even surpass. And when competition enters the picture, it changes everything, because in that mindset, somebody has to come out on top. Meghan allegedly began leveling up her presence, making bigger moves and showing up in ways that grabbed attention. She connected more with the public, inside and outside palace circles, and even pushed against royal traditions to seem more relatable and down to earth than others she viewed as rivals.
Deborah Roberts. You see Diana's influence, really. She was so hands-on with her children. She hugged them in ways that the royal family never did. Well, you see Meghan and Harry in the crowds, hugging, shaking hands, just embracing the world and bringing a modern touch to the royal family.
Princess Catherine had her own style, calm, composed, and rooted in tradition. But Meghan allegedly came in switching things up fast, even hugging members of the public, and stepping outside long-standing royal norms to seem more open and relatable than others she viewed as rivals. Reports claim Meghan worked hard to boost her image, aiming to look more media-friendly and eye-catching. She was even seen wearing jewelry linked to Princess Diana, which many believe was a way to spark comparisons and pull in similar headlines. Anything that could bring that spotlight closer, she allegedly leaned into it.
Meghan Markle has come under fire for recreating Diana's famous cross-legged photo shoot for Harper's Bazaar. And Kinsey, this isn't the first time she has recreated some of Diana's most iconic looks.
According to these claims, Meghan believes she brought more to the table, more intelligence, a more modern mindset, and a stronger work ethic. That confidence showed in how she presented herself and the platforms she chose to speak on. She even appeared on podcasts opening up about the struggles of motherhood, and critics quickly reacted. Some believe those conversations were carefully timed to build sympathy and shape an image of her as one of the hardest working women in public life, indirectly putting her in competition with Princess Catherine. It didn't stop there. Meghan allegedly felt she deserved a higher level of recognition and questioned why Catherine held such a powerful position in the royal structure. According to Tom Bower, she expected her status to rise much higher after marriage, but that's not how the system works.
Women, especially when they're pregnant, you're really vulnerable, and so that was made really challenging. And then when you have a newborn,
It's a long time ago, but I remember, yeah.
And especially as a woman, it's a lot. So you add this on top of just trying to be a new mom or trying to be a newlywed. I guess, and also thank you for asking, because not many people have asked if I'm okay.
The royal hierarchy isn't based on personal effort. It's all about bloodline and succession. Prince William and Princess Catherine are set to become king and queen, and that path is locked in. Prince Harry and Meghan were always positioned further down the line, making those top roles simply out of reach, no matter the ambition. Even with all that, Meghan allegedly believed she could climb higher in the royal system by boosting her visibility and staying in the spotlight. The idea, according to these claims, was simple. If people saw her more and viewed her as more hardworking than Princess Catherine, then maybe her status would rise faster. But here's the reality. That's not how the monarchy works at all. It's a system built on bloodline, not popularity or effort. Because she didn't grow up inside that structure, Meghan reportedly struggled to accept that no amount of public attention could change her position. Bauer even suggests that if this was the plan, it was already falling apart before it could truly begin.
She couldn't understand why she, better looking and in her view more intelligent and harder working and everything, should be the queen. And she hated the idea that she and Harry were relegated so far down the order. She got everything she wanted and then knew what she wanted and couldn't get, and that was a lot. That's why, of course, she never intended to stay.
Still, the strategy allegedly didn't stop. It just shifted. Instead of trying to move up within the system, Meghan was set to focus on outshining Catherine in the public eye. Tom Bauer claims this meant directly competing with Catherine's image, timing appearances, and making sure she stayed part of the conversation whenever major royal moments happened. There are even claims that when Prince William and Princess Catherine launched big initiatives, Meghan would respond with announcements of her own to pull attention in a different direction. Bauer points to moments like Catherine's Christmas service, where around the same time, Meghan reportedly pushed out media updates tied to her projects, including promotions connected to her Netflix cooking show and other ventures, when Catherine returned to public life after her health recovery. Meghan Markle reportedly made a bold move by announcing her own brand right when attention would normally be fully on Princess Catherine.
Sure, whenever Kate and William do anything, she sort of balances it with something that she's done, knowing she will squash the British royal family's initiative and hopefully put herself on top. I mean, this is really where it's all really quite ugly and quite nasty. And it's all part of the betrayal, which is, I think now, leading to a new climax.
That timing, according to Tom Bauer, wasn't accidental. It was seen as a way to redirect the spotlight and keep eyes on her projects instead. Bauer claims Meghan positions herself as the more modern and influential royal woman, aiming to shift public admiration away from Catherine.
Well, we have more details about Meghan Markle's new luxury lifestyle brand. The Duchess of Sussex announced the launch of American Riviera Orchard earlier this month by posting a video of herself on the brand's Instagram account.
But instead of following Catherine's path or taking inspiration from her, Meghan allegedly chose a different route, trying to stand apart and present herself as the stronger, more appealing alternative. While Catherine stayed grounded in traditional royal duties and charity work, Meghan reportedly leaned into a fresh, modern style. The belief, according to these claims, was that she could handle royal responsibilities in a more effective way and deserved to rise faster within the system.
I think she wouldn't want to emulate her. She just wants to undermine her and beat her. I mean, that's the whole point. She's constantly looking for opportunities.
But instead of admiration, Bauer suggests Meghan saw Catherine mainly as competition, someone she needed to outdo rather than work alongside. And once it became clear that Catherine already held that central role, Meghan allegedly set her sights on becoming the standout royal figure in her own way. There were even warnings early on. An establishment advisor reportedly raised concerns before the wedding, suggesting Meghan might find it difficult to follow strict royal rules and could grow frustrated with palace limitations. The advisor allegedly saw it coming early, predicting Meghan would feel restricted and eventually become a serious challenge within the royal system.
That Meghan thinks that once she marries into the royal family, she's going to be God.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is pretty hilarious. But clearly, she believed it. Clearly, she thought, and I've come to the conclusion, helped by others on the inside, that she really thought she, rather than Kate, should be the next queen after Charles.
And according to these claims, it didn't take long for tension to build. Staff turnover reportedly increased, and some palace employees described the working environment as difficult. Bauer points to this as proof that those early warnings were not taken seriously. He goes even further, suggesting Meghan's ambition to become the standout royal didn't play out the way she expected. Instead, it was cut short, reinforcing his claim that she may have viewed royal life as more of a stepping stone than a long-term commitment. Bauer also highlights a major difference in priorities. While Princess Catherine is set to focus on stability, duty, and keeping the institution strong, Meghan allegedly leaned more toward personal fame and building a global brand.
And that person very quickly discovered that Meghan was not going to obey any rules. She had no intention of staying, and that she was going to be a huge problem. And that was reported, obviously, to the Queen and the rest. And they realized that this was a marriage which was not going to last in Britain.
In this version of events, royal duties became just one piece of a bigger plan centered around her public image. And when that royal path no longer matched her goals, Meghan reportedly made a decisive move, stepping away from the monarchy to chase independent opportunities. Visibility, influence, and celebrity status were said to matter deeply to her, and some even point to her wedding guest list as an early sign, with many Hollywood names instead of mainly traditional royal and aristocratic circles. Critics took all of this as a clear sign that global celebrity culture was being placed above royal tradition. Meghan was often seen at high-profile red carpet events and getting involved in commercial ventures, which only added more attention and more debate. To many observers, those moves didn't line up with what's typically expected from a working royal. According to Tom Bauer, things went even further after Meghan and Prince Harry stepped away, with claims that they turned their conflict with the royal family into a key part of their public story. He suggests their life outside the monarchy depended heavily on sharing personal struggles and shaping a narrative that drew strong reactions. Within that narrative, Princess Catherine became indirectly caught in the middle. Ongoing public tension, reported disagreements, and the idea of rivalry kept fueling media headlines and online conversations. Meghan also allegedly spoke about feeling silenced by the monarchy, adding another layer to the situation. And because of everything happening, public sympathy often leaned toward Catherine during difficult moments, while Meghan continued to face heavy criticism across the press. Bauer further claims that when some of Meghan's supporters targeted Catherine online, Meghan chose not to publicly step in or address it, a silence that only added more controversy to an already intense situation.
Was Meghan Markle strategic with her wedding invites? Royal biographer Andrew Morton claimed the Duchess had a purpose when inviting high-profile celebrities to her and Prince Harry's nuptials in May 2018. Morton told Vanity Fair, quote, "She invited people she didn't know well. Oprah Winfrey, George and Amal Clooney, the big Hollywood hitters. It was a clever move because they are the ones who have stood up for her when she has been attacked."
All of this led many people to believe Meghan was feeling jealous of Princess Catherine, especially as the comparisons kept growing louder and more intense. The public couldn't stop watching the contrast between the two, and the narrative only kept gaining momentum. In the end, Tom Bauer concludes that Meghan believed she could outshine Catherine both politically and culturally within royal life. But when the rigid structure of the monarchy blocked that path, everything reportedly started to fall apart, leading to tension, a dramatic exit, and ongoing public criticism that hasn't really slowed down.
And we just can't predict it because these two who grip our attention because of all the circumstances which made them and all that they've created in their damning interviews are struggling to survive. And the battle is being fought.
In Betrayal, Bauer paints a picture of Meghan entering royal life ready to compete at the highest level, expecting to eventually surpass Catherine. But once it became clear that this wasn't possible within a system built on hierarchy and tradition, she allegedly chose to step away completely and carve out her own lane. So that's the full story behind Meghan's alleged plan and why, according to these claims, it didn't go the way she expected. What do you think about all of this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video so more people can join the conversation.